Oh, hi. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to chapel. I'm sorry, I was a little distracted. I was looking at my book. This is Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorite stories ever, and I just love this book, don't you? Oh, it looks so nice. I love the white, and then the crisp black of the T-Rex head. Oh, it looks amazing. We were supposed to be doing something. We always start things off by playing O Canada. So I'm going to invite you to rise to your feet as we play the national anthem. Don't sit down yet. We've got worship next. So just stay standing as we move into a time of worship.
Inside out, whoa, 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 whoa. I've got so much going through my head. What's that underneath my bed? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, 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 hey. I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Whoa, 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 oh, 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 oh. I am not alone. I am not alone. So why should I have any fear? God is with me. He's right here. Whoa, oh. Whoa, oh. What am I scared about? I should stop freaking out. Whoa, oh. Whoa, oh. Hey, 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 hey. I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I am not alone. I am not alone. God is with me, no matter where I go. God is with me. I am not alone. God is with me, no matter where I go. God is with me. I am not alone. I'm singing. Hey, 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 hey. I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I am not alone. I am not alone. Hey, 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 hey. I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I am not alone. I am not alone.
Please be seated. All right, you know what it's time for. It is time to play a game. Let's see if you've got what it takes to emerge the victor today.
Thank you. It's very kind. It's time, okay? I said it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting game. As you can see, I have once again torn my house apart and filled our kitchen table with an eclectic mix of items. What you are going to have to do is you're going to have to try and find a number of items that correspond with something that I'm telling you. For example, if I say, find me 2 red things, do you think you can find 2 red things around here? I actually don't see very much red. I have no idea if there's any red things on here. Oh, there's one red thing right there. That's red. Oh, and the cards are red. I should have seen that coming. You ready? Here we go. Round 1. Find me 3 things you can wear. Here we go. You can wear that hat. You can wear these sunglasses. You can wear that little sandal right there. You can wear those socks. That's 4 things. Round 2. Find me 3 things you can read. Time's up. You can read this book. You can read that book. You can read, there's a book right down there on the bottom, and there's cards all over the place. You can read cards. There's a little, I don't know if you can see it, there's an inscription right here on that, so you can read that. Lots of things you can read. Find me 3 things you can close. You can close that. You can close this chest. The books. Books can close. Come on, guys. Find me 3 yellow things. One, 2, 3, the yolk of the egg. And 4, I think actually the queen is wearing a yellow hat. I think it's probably a crown. Alright, this is the last round. This is going to be the toughest one. Can you find me 5 dinosaurs? One, 2, it's a stegosaurus. He's got his spikes in the cards. 3, 4, and 5. I can't see him, but I know he's over there. I know we have a little dinosaur right there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today. Hopefully you found everything. I'm going to take roughly 2.5 hours to put all these back where they actually belong. Hope you had a great time, and I'll see you again real soon. Oh, okay, it's over already. All right, well, okay, guys. Every month we learn about a different particular theme. We've learned about being justice seekers and image reflectors and community builders. It was so many different things. But we've got a new one for the month of March. The theme for the month of March that we're learning to be is idolatry discerners. Both of those are big words. So I want to explain them, and then I want to pitch a simpler way to understand it in case those words are kind of difficult. Idolatry is when we put something else above God. You think of the word idol. An idol is something that we worship that isn't God. And discerner, someone who discerns, is someone who can tell good things from bad things. A discerner of art can maybe look at 2 paintings and tell immediately which one is the better art piece. So if you're an idolatry discerner, that means you can tell when something is taking the place of God. We don't want that. Now again, idolatry discerner, those are big words. So if those are too big, try looking at it this way. Idol dodger. Someone who sees something that we're not supposed to be worshiping and you dodge it. You stay away from it. I thought we'd start this idea of being an idolatry discerner or an idol dodger by looking at one of the biggest idol stories in the Bible. The Bible is filled, unfortunately, with story after story of people who chased and worshipped idols. And this one is one of the biggest ones. Let's take a look at it together.
The 10 Commandments and the Golden Calf, based on Exodus chapter 19, verses 16 through 25, chapter 20, and chapter 32.
God's people have nothing to fear. As they travel in the wilderness, God continues to provide for their needs. God leads His people to Mount Sinai. They set up camp. Moses goes up the mountain to talk with God. When he returns, he has news for his people.
Prepare yourselves, for on the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people on Mount Sinai.
On the morning of the third day, thunder rolls across the sky. Lightning flashes. Then the sound of a trumpet fills the air.
This is the signal to leave camp. Stay right beside me. Don't go beyond the boundaries Moses set for us.
Moses says if we even touch the mountain, we will die.
While the people of Israel stand before Mount Sinai, God speaks from the mountain. He calls Moses up to the mountain.
I am the Lord your God. You must not worship other gods. You must not make any idols. You must not use the name of the Lord your God wrongly. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Respect your father and your mother. You must not murder. You must not cheat on your husband or wife. You must not steal. You must not lie. You must not be jealous of other people's possessions.
God gives Moses more laws, and when these are written down, Moses builds an altar. He and his people make an agreement, or covenant with God. The people promise to follow all of the Lord's commands. Later, God calls Moses to come again to Mount Sinai, where he will give Moses the law written on stone tablets. Joshua goes part way with him. Days pass, and Moses does not return.
When is Moses coming back?
Can we go look for him?
We don't know when Moses will be back, but you must not follow him up the mountain. He is alone with God.
Who knows? Maybe Moses isn't coming back.
If he doesn't come back, what will we do?
Let's ask Aaron to let us make a statue to worship.
Yes, we want a God we can see.
Feeling lost without their leader, the people forget God's commandments and their promise to worship only God. They bring their jewelry to Aaron, who melts it and makes a golden statue of a calf. Early the next morning, the people bring their offerings to the altar before the golden calf and worship it. But while the people are celebrating, Moses comes down the mountain with the tablets on which God has written the 10 Commandments. On the way, he meets Joshua.
Listen, Moses, it sounds like war in our camp.
No, I hear singing, don't you?
Moses can't believe what he sees.
How dare you cheat God! You promised to worship only God, and already you're worshiping the statue of a calf!
Shocked by the sight of Moses breaking the stone tablets, the people stop worshiping the golden calf.
What will Moses do to us?
Aaron, who made this idol?
It's not my fault. The people gave me their gold. I just threw it into the fire and out came this golden calf.
Then throw it back into the fire!
In the story of Moses and the golden calf, Moses had just brought all of the Israelites out of Egypt because God had done some amazing things. He had sent the plagues to Egypt, he had made a burning bush for Moses, and he had parted the Red Sea so the Israelites could walk through. If you ask me, that's a lot of evidence that God was helping those people out. But as they started wandering through the desert on their way to the promised land, we see in this story that they got a little bit impatient. And honestly, it's kind of silly when you think about it. I mean, God had just done all this amazing stuff for them, and immediately, or almost immediately, they thought, forget it. Let's make our own God and we'll worship him instead. Now, the idea of you or me bowing down to a giant golden statue might seem a little bit silly. We don't see a whole lot of people doing that these days. But boys and girls, there are more things in the world that are idols than just golden statues. And you know what? Come to think of it, I think I've been paying more attention to this book this morning than maybe I should have been. You see, I really like this book. I think it's really cool. I love the dinosaur, and I love hardcover books. I mean, you can tell. But when I'm spending all my time with this book, which at the end of the day is just a book, when I spend all my time with this, instead of what I should be really doing, which is talking to you guys, what I'm doing is I'm missing out on something that's so much better than this. Sometimes things, ordinary things that are in our homes or in our lives, can become idols if we let them take the place of something more important. In our case, God. There's a verse in the Bible that is very specific about this. Here's what it says. I am the Lord your God. Do not put any other gods in place of me. Deuteronomy 5, 6, and 7. God is kind of a big deal. After all, He created the entire universe, and every single good thing in your life is there because of God. That's what the Bible tells us. So if we are to get all of these great things and have a relationship with the God of the universe and then spend more time on something little, that's not a really good way to love and respect the God of the entire universe. God created you so that He could be in relationship with you. Imagine on Christmas Day, your parents got you a gift, and you spent more time with the gift than you did with your family. Your family might think, well, that's great that you like my gift, but what about us? This day is about us being together. And I think that's part of the reason that God doesn't want us to have idols. He doesn't want us to get caught up on something that isn't as good or isn't as great as He is. When God is number one in our life, amazing, amazing things can happen. We have time for one more worship song, so I'm going to invite you to stand to your feet again as we give our undivided attention to the God of the entire world. Let's worship together.
Water, I won't go under, I won't drown. When I'm in over my head, I know that You won't let me down. When I'm
that's all the time we have for today. I'm going to put this where it belongs, on the shelf, where it's not going to be distracting to me. And before I go, I better say our memory verse for the year. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Bye, everyone. I'll see you again real soon.